Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. So I wake up this morning to find out that Bob Iger is the new CEO of Disney. Did he ever leave? Yes, with immediate effect. Bob Chapek is out. But what does this all mean? I'll tell you immediately. Disney are in a financial meltdown. They've had a terrible year. Everyone's running around on Twitter and on YouTube videos going, oh my God, Bob Iger's back. What a celebration. Disney's the best, right? You see, Access Media and Disney Shields try and give you the impression that Disney's the bestest company ever. But that's not true. It's not the bestest, it's not the most successful. You see, what Access Media have been doing ever since Warner Brothers and Discovery have merged, have been focusing on the $3 billion that David Zaslav is trying to raise and all the redundancies, right? And, you know, the firings of a mass exodus of people. And, you know, like the shows that are being cancelled, Batgirl being shelved. While you've been focusing on that, right, over at Disney, they're in more of a financial meltdown than Warner Brothers Discovery. But you haven't noticed because no one's talking about it, because no one's informing you about it. And that's why Bob Chapek's out. Bob Chapek is not out because he reacted too late to the California don't say gay thing, right? And already Iger's claiming that he would have said it quicker and reacted to it quicker. And I'm sure he would have. It was dumb not to react to that quicker. Politically, you have to, whatever you think privately. But, you know, that's not why Chapek is gone. Chapek is gone because this year has been a disaster for Disney. And no, it's nothing to do with the pandemic. It's bad decision making. Go woke. Go broke. It's as simple as that. And right, I'm a very progressive guy and I believe in kindness and compassion and no hatred for any different groups. But, you know, Disney has gone so passively, aggressively progressive and people are not buying their content. So this is why this is a financial meltdown. And if you think like Warner Brothers Discovery are in trouble, and the only reason they need to raise $3 billion because this is what happens when there's a merger, and also Warner Brothers has been run into the ground for years and years and years. But Zaslav's a good guy, he's making the right decisions. I'm not worried about Warner Brothers, but the media have been focusing on Warner Brothers, so nobody asks any questions of Disney. You know, the Access Media like to pretend that everything, you know, at Disney is perfectly fine. Nothing to see here. But that's not the truth. So that's why Bob Chapek has suddenly gone. Because it's been disastrous this year for them. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is losing money because they've gone ultra progressive in Phase 4. They've upset their audience. And, you know, everything that was built, Bob Iger bought Marvel Studios, bought Lucasfilm, bought Pixar. And at first, those companies were making great content for the masses, for the general audiences. Well, Pixar has gone woke, the MCU has gone woke, and I don't know what Lucasfilm has gone. It's doing under Kathleen Kennedy anymore. It's just insanity. The whole Kenobi situation, a very unprofessionally bad quality TV series, which I thought we were going to get an amazing reunion between kind of Obi-Wan, Anakin, or Darth Vader, or whatever, right? It was a terrible series built on identity politics yet again, and we had the actors sitting in their cars calling us, the fans, ists and isms, right? To hide from the fact, to deter from the fact that what they made was substandard content. And this is why Disney is losing money hand over fist. So desperately, they've sat Chapek and they've gone back to the guy who made them successful in the first place. Well, that's not exactly true. It was Alan Horn, who's now working over at Warner Brothers Discovery, right? Who's making all those great decisions. James Gunn, Peter Safran, DC Studios. He's advising David Zaslav over there. He's literally running WB now, Alan Horn. Something he's not new to because he used to be the CFO of Warner Brothers in the old days anyway. But he's incredibly old, but he's literally Zaslav's advisor. So unofficially, he's running WB. So now we've got the old team of Alan Horn and Bob Iger running Disney and WB. And these are two very, very old dudes. But, you know, with age comes great experience. So we're seeing a transference of power from new Hollywood back to old Hollywood. So I don't really understand Bob Iger's politics. And I don't know if they're going to carry on this progressive road. But the truth is, Disney can't. It's their passive-aggressive progressiveness in their, using the terms loosely, entertainment that's brought them to this trouble. This is why they're in trouble. They're the progressive content. They overhedge their bets on streaming. Disney Plus is losing money hands over fist. It's funny seeing some journalists saying that it's uplifting. Yeah, a snail is going forward, but the snail's going forward very slowly. That's my analogy. So they're in trouble. Do you remember when the media told you that Disney Plus were going to destroy Netflix, right? Guess who's winning the streaming race? Netflix, because Netflix have only got one interest, streaming. Yes, some of their movies get like released to the theatrical system for a couple of weeks to please their elite directors that they bring in. But Netflix know this game. And basically, Warner Brothers and Disney have had their balls handed to them, right? In a sling over streaming. They all thought streaming was an easy way to make money. And during the pandemic, when we were all locked away, we were using streaming. We were subscribing to different platforms because we had no fucking choice, right? Well, there was a downturn in streaming after the pandemic, after we were allowed to roam the world for free. Isn't that nice of the government to allow us to leave our homes? But yeah, but that's not the reason. Like Disney are in trouble here. They've literally, I mean, look what they did with Disenchanted, straight to D+. It's not working. The money for entertainment, the money for films, the real money, everyone will tell you that, is the movie theatre. When you're making mainstream tentpoles like the MCU, you need all of that going through the cinematic system. I mean, we haven't had a Star Wars film via the cinematic system, not even green-lit officially, really. And I know Taika Waititi's meant to be doing one, but where is it? Nowhere. So we haven't had a Star Wars since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker. Was it 2019? I think it was. So that's like 3 years ago, nearly 4 years ago. So, you know, and Star Wars basically was pretty much the birthplace of the cinematic blockbuster. So what does Iger coming back mean? It means they are fucking desperate and they need an intelligent person to save them financially. This is not about him buying this, buying that, making Disney great again. It's just keeping Disney on a level platform so they don't fall into the abyss. Yes, the situation, my friends, is that serious, because this is what happens when an industry moves away from being entertainment and, you know, forwarding the artistic art form of acting, directing, producing, making entertainment that you and I would consume, because they went absolutely insane since Trump went into power. Now, I'm no Trump supporter, but the reaction to the far left has been absolutely insane, and they're taking down this industry with them. And this is what happens when you use a great platform like the entertainment platform, like Hollywood, as part of your weapon against, your political rival. You end up on your asses because nobody in the public domain wants this. We're used to growing up watching great entertainment. So we could be seeing the end of Hollywood, or we could be seeing new Hollywood go back to being old Hollywood, because old Hollywood used to make plenty of money. Now, there are financial issues in the world today which stops more people consuming movies and going to the movie theatre. But I think people will always go and watch good shit. There wasn't a financial crisis. There wasn't this kind of doom and gloom about the pandemic when Spider-Man No Way Home pretty much near on did 2 billion globally, right? So we know the money's there for good material. So at the end of the day, if you make good stuff, if your basis is to entertain and compel the audience, you will make money. So Disney and Hollywood are in trouble. But make no mistake, the return of Bob Iger and the firing of Bob Chapek is such a desperate move because they don't know what to do next. This is not a moment of celebration. This is an act of panic. This has been Movies TV Mad. I am your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wife. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you again in the next video. Until I see you again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.